Murphy.
Thank you, Last Count Corla. Minister, I have had contact with many disgruntled constituents, wondering why we didn't open up on the 22nd as was planned, and I share many of their concerns. There seems to be an attitude from government to try and extend their power with these restrictions under the guise of being precautionary, yet as soon as they're passed, they're being used as a matter of course rather than an emergency power. I also have another major concern which needs to be met head-on. Why are government members and government policies being designed to scapegoat those people who decided for whatever reason that they either didn't want or couldn't take the vaccine? We have the highest vaccination rates in Europe, and I'd like to commend all of the hard-working staff in all of our vaccination centres who have been very competent in their rolling out of the vaccine programme. The constant scapegoating of the unvaccinated does not stand up to scrutiny or evidence and is completely unwarranted. Every time we see evidence of a failure in government policy, the narrative shifts to find the latest random thing to blame it on. There has yet to be any evidence presented which shows that vaccine passports actually serve any purpose in preventing transmission. In fact, recent studies have shown that a vaccinated person is every bit as likely to transmit this virus as a non-vaccinated person. Therefore, why are government continuing to divide society on this basis? Some of the language used by government ministers over the last few weeks when talking about the unvaccinated have been very discriminatory and sinister.
Anti-vax information like this in the chamber.
Thank you, Last Count Corla. Thank you, Last Count Corla, with the clock.
It's just Last Count Corla. It's so damaging in terms of the anti-vax campaign.
Sorry, there's nothing anti-vax about some of the constituents contacting me. They are contacting me unable to take a vaccine. The stupidity of telling people they can attend weddings without certs, and the same people then cannot actually go out and go to a restaurant the next day, yet because they're being labelled as unvaccinated.
Your data on vaccines
Minister,
is false, Deputy.
There is a lot about your policies that leave to be desired.
Apologies, Last Count Corla.
Sorry, Count Corla, I'm now a little bit disjointed, as they say. Last year I was calling for the introduction of antigen tests. You'll hardly have as much to say, Minister, on the antigen testing that we've all been calling for over 12 months. You've had Deputy Shanahan tell you that it's been rolled out for over 8 months in the UK. And imagine sending out antigen tests in the post. No disrespect to An Post, but the reality is every other country has seen fit to send a pack of at least 10 antigen tests to every household in their country for use as a rapid test, not to be delivered having to ring a phone line that may or may not be answered and expect it to arrive in the post and watch. How ridiculous does that sound, Minister? Have you anything to say on that matter? You don't. You do.
As the Chair has said.
So you can see the ridiculousness of it, Minister. You can just see how ridiculous it is to put a rapid antigen test into the post and expect, that the PCR is slower. It makes no sense.
No, the constant interruption. The constant interruption of the Deputy is unacceptable. Let the Deputy finish uninterrupted.
Can I ask just a quick question of clarification?
I'd have to say, Count Corla, that the government needs to have a system in place.
Just 1 second. Hold the clock. We'll hold the clock for a moment. Minister, please. Minister, this is a Deputy speaking. You'll get a chance to come in at the end. So can we let the Deputy finish, please?
No, we can, of course, but can I just ask a quick question of clarification of you?
No, you can't. The Deputy is speaking. She has the floor, like any TD, and you'll have it at the end, presumably. I can see at the bottom, but I think you're allowed back in. So,
thank you, Count Corla. Look, I'll just finish on this. I think that we all know that there's a percentage chance, not just with the antigen test being wrong, but equally with the PCR test, which can also be wrong. And surely it's better to have a slightly lower accuracy level, but with an immediate result, which would be more effective at identifying infectious cases and containment, as opposed to we're seeing 3,000 cases a day for the want of not being able to roll out PCR testing and then testing, tracing and isolating, as we should now 2 years into this virus. So to conclude, Count Corla, I hope that the government will take the messages back that they need to stop blaming, scapegoating ostracising and discriminating against those who are not vaccinated. And I don't think history will look back kindly for some of the distasteful comments made last week. But I do hope that we can put the armoury of supports to support our vaccination and the fact that we have the highest vaccination rates in Europe. Thank you.